Here we have for sale our 2020 on a 20 plate Ford Tourneo Custom. This one is the sport model with the 2-litre EcoBlue 185 brake horsepower Euro 6 diesel engine. And in this vehicle is accompanied with the automatic gearbox, and this is short wheelbase finished in the fantastic chrome blue. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a Tourneo Custom Sport of this age, and we'll also talk you through in detail things like the condition of this particular vehicle and also the service history, seeing as it is currently available for sale at the time of recording. Now, the first thing to mention before we sort of get going in the spec is that there is no VAT to pay on this particular vehicle. The previous owner of the vehicle was just a private individual, not a VAT registered business or anything like that, so the VAT doesn't pass on. So there is no VAT to pay on this particular vehicle, so quite a rare opportunity is certainly presented here. Starting then at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one of course is spec'd with a lovely glazed tailgate. So a tailgate, what I mean by that is one door which opens up like so, and glazed of course meaning it has got the rear window. Now, the Sport does come with its decal pack, so you get the stripes here, which are sort of a satin black in the middle, and then more of a gloss silver on the outside, but just contrasts really nicely. I think it's actually quite subtle. It's not sort of in your face, but it really does set the vehicle off, and there's also some down the side as well, which we'll come to a little bit later on. Now, the Tourneo Custom Sport is absolutely packed with spec. So starting here at the rear, we can see that we have got a reversing camera. We've also got parking sensors nicely integrated there into the rear bumper. This one has actually got a tow pack fitted as well, and that has got the 13-pin electrics just there. So really handy. Could be maybe used for a bike rack if you wanted to. And also on the Tourneo Sport, you of course get the full body styling as well. So these rear bumper corners are slightly different from a normal one. So you can see you've got this little sort of line here, this body line here in that rear bumper corner, and then that helps then to flare things like the arches as well. If we open up the rear tailgate, we can then start to have a look inside the back of the vehicle, and this is where things start to get really different from just a normal sort of transit custom that we see a lot of, like a double cab. Just all the trims in here are very different. So it comes with a proper sort of door card on the inside of here, which is carpeted in this section, and as I say, in the back of here, lovely trim along the back with this hardware in kick plate just here. You can even flip that up there to actually get access to drop your spare wheel down, and of course all carpeted. These here are housing the motors and things for the rear ventilation in the vehicle, and you can just see here the way that this as I say is all trimmed to meet the rear window. It makes it absolutely, far more of a car really than the sort of vans, the double cab vans that we're used to seeing. 12-volt socket in the back here, plenty of storage as well, and I like this little flap just here, which of course goes up, stops any items going underneath those rear seats. Lots and lots of versatility with these seats, and we'll come round to that in a bit more detail, but you can see here these straps here on the back. You can pull on that, fold the seats down, you can remove them, flip them up in all sorts of directions as you wish. But condition here in the back of the vehicle, pretty difficult to fault, if I'm honest. As you can see, our guys of course as always do a fantastic job of presenting these vehicles in terms of their cleanliness, and this one is looking no different. Looking then down the driver's side of the vehicle, and this is where we can start to look, as I down the side here, looking in those reflections for any little dings or dents or scratches or anything like that. And as I'm sure you'll agree, hopefully the camera is conveying this accurately, just an absolutely gorgeous looking van in the chrome blue. The only thing I can fault it on this side is if you just look in the O on this little letter just here, there is the smallest little pin dent just there. Now we will get our paintless dent removal specialist to have a look at that. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do with it being sort of right on the sticker. As I say, not really noticeable, but as I say, if there's anything which I can see or I know about, I will gladly point it out to you. We'd like to be as transparent as we possibly can. The Tourneo Sport comes with these fantastic 17-inch diamond cut and gloss black alloy wheels, and I'm pleased to say they look to be in really, really good condition. Of course, we will go around each wheel as well, but lovely tyre depth there. Michelin tyres fitted as well, which is always a sign that, I say, a vehicle has been well looked after. Twin side-loading doors, and of course we have got, you know, glass all round as well, which I think just looks so much nicer on the vehicle. And the side-loading door one is of course an opening window. If we start to have a look in the back then, and what a place to be carried as a passenger. Now these rear seats, these can be moved in both directions, so you can have them facing each other like this. You can also turn this complete row of 3 individual seats, you can turn that around so all of them are facing forward as well. You can see that we have got ISOFIX compatibility here on the outer seats. So there's 4 ISOFIX compatible seats there in the back, and the middle seat actually folds down like so, and you can see that could be somewhere for a nice armrest, a couple of cup holders just there, so you can just imagine, as I say, travelling in this in absolute luxury, it must be said. On the floor you have got the you know, the floor is carpeted anyway, but it comes with complete carpet overmat in the back. You can see aspects like this down here. You've got a couple of USB points, extra cup holders there for rear passengers. There's even sun blinds on the rear windows, so you can get those up as well, as I say, for just extra comfort. The 2 outer seats have adjustable armrests. You can set those to your desired height, and all of the seats are in a half leather trim with a cloth in the center inlays just there. Looking at the headlining then, and again on it, say for instance a Transit custom double cab, you don't get this sort of level of detail here in the headlining, so it's like a proper soft touch car headlining. You can see that you have got full rear ventilation here, which is all controlled by this control panel up here, so you can got different fan speeds, even different directions for the fans as well. You've also got speakers in the roof and lovely LED load lighting in here as well when you open the door. So absolutely lovely place to be, and as I say, what is so fantastic is the versatility that you've got as well. So pulling on these handles just here, of course you can fold the seats down, and then you can pull on the bottom handle and flip the seat right up like that. And as I say, you can do that with all of these seats. You can all flip them up, and then using this bar just here, you can pull on that and remove that seat completely as you wish. So just, as I say, lots and lots of versatility here. If you were to have the seats the other way around, you can also see that you have got a couple of USB points just there, and even, as I say, these little pads here to rest your feet. There's even vents in the floor as well. As I mentioned, you have got multiple options for the direction of the air in the back. Opening up the driver's door then, looking inside here, lovely condition there on the step, which, as I say, is different again on the Tourneo Sport. All the switch gear is very different as well, but a lot more quality. So you've got electric windows, electric folding mirrors, of course. In terms of condition inside here, again, really faultless. Lovely carpet in the front with the carpet overmat. You have electric front seats, again with the half leather interior, and again those nice adjustable armrests. 18,194 miles, you can just see there in the top left hand corner of the screen. So really low miles on this particular vehicle, of course, and you can see just down the bottom there we've got park, reverse, neutral, drive and manual. That is of course your gear selection just there, so you can see what gear, you know, what selection you're in. Auto activated lights, leather multifunctioning steering wheel, of course. You've got adaptive cruise control on the left hand side here. You've got your volume controls of the radio, and then you've got your onboard computer controls. You can also answer and hang up the phone, and you can see there lots of different adjustment that you can make on this screen here in the middle. Up on top of the dashboard then, again very different from what we're usually seeing in a custom double cab. Lovely storage up on top of here, much more sort of a flush storage. You can see we've got a USB point here, which I am utilising at the moment. I'll show you why in just a second. And a 12-volt socket in there as well. And then in the centre, you've got another bit of handy storage just there as well. If we jump in, you can see that we have got the lovely Ford sync screen just here, which of course gives you Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That's why I've got my phone plugged in. You can use things like your Apple Maps on here, or you can even use Google Maps or Waze. You can listen to your music via Apple Music, and you can also listen to podcasts and things like that as well. If we go back to the Ford screen on here then, if I actually unplug my phone, you have also got sat nav on here. So you can see that is the actual Ford inbuilt sat nav, which is very, very nice to see. Then if I put the vehicle into reverse, you've got your reversing camera displayed on there as well. DAB radio, and of course you can connect your phone to this via Bluetooth as well. Looking further down here then, we have air conditioning, heated front screen, heated rear screen. You've got heated seats as well. Another USB point on a 12-volt socket down here. Lovely cubby hole here in the middle with another couple of cup holders as well. But I think that just looks really, really smart there in the middle. And as I say, that automatic gearbox as well. Looking down into the middle, you've got a bit of space here in between. The handbrake is trimmed nicely in the leather, and you've also got a 230-volt 3-pin plug just down below that as well. So just remarkably well equipped here in the cab, it must be said. You've got things like lane departure warning on the end of the stalk just there as well, and lots of different controls here for things like your park pilot and different driving modes as well. Not to try and keep you too long on the videos, I know everyone is busy, so let's keep going around the outside here. Moving to the front, as I say, you can start to have a look more at the styling. So the Sport comes with these lovely side skirts, and then also that lovely front bumper as well. So you can just see the arches slightly flared there, and also the lovely front bumper just there. Front parking sensors with the side sensor just there. You've got front fog lights. This one has got the upgraded bi-xenon headlights as well, so much brighter headlight with a lovely LED daytime running light around the outside. This one has been fitted with a Ford Trail grille, which I just think is an absolute essential on any of the customs, whether it be a Tourneo or a Transit Custom. I think it just looks absolutely fantastic. But lovely condition here at the front of the vehicle. I guess a couple of very minor stone chips here or there, but not a tremendous amount to falter on. Of course, feel free to go back to any particular points in the video if you want to have a really good look at the condition. Looking at this wheel here as well, fantastic condition, no curbing marks or anything like that. And looking then finally down the passenger side of the vehicle here, again, there's really not a lot to fault this on. You've got black roof bars as well, which I think just really tie in nicely with the rest of the styling. And again, just having a look at this wheel, fantastic condition there. Again, Michelin tires as well, as I say, which is just so nice to see. Opening up the load space from this side, of course, you have got access from both sides, which is very, very nice as well. And just as I say, remember that you can have these seats facing forward if you wanted to, if you wanted them all facing in the same direction, or you could remove some if you wanted to have a bit more load space in the back of there. If we open up the passenger door, we can have a look here. Lovely condition there of the passenger door card. Passenger seat is all absolutely spot on as well, and things like this, nice touch here, this nice gloss black trim there as well. So just to summarize, this is a 2020 on a 20 plate Ford Tourneo Custom Sport. It's got the 2-litre Eco Blue diesel Euro 6 engine with the automatic gearbox, short wheelbase, 185 brake horsepower as well. So it's the most powerful model that they do, finished in the fantastic chrome blue. Condition is absolutely spot on. In terms of service history, sorry, it's taken 40 minutes to get to this, but we have got evidence of Ford service history with this vehicle. It went in for its initial they do a sort of an oil top-up after 1 year, which is optional, but this customer chose to do it. And then on the second year, it had the, as in July 2022, it had its proper second year service. So we've got all the bill and everything to support that, which is very, very nice. And as I mentioned, no VAT to pay on this particular vehicle. Physically here with us, ready to drive away today. If you'd like to see the full advert, including the photography, the description, and most importantly the price, please head over to our website, which is listed there, bridgeendvans.co.uk. Again, feel free to pause the video if you want to make a note of that. We will welcome inquiries on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign. Of course, you can contact us through the website or any of the advertising platforms that you may be viewing this video on, whether it's Autotrader, eBay, Gumtree, etc. We can take cars or vans in part exchange, and we can deliver our vehicles nationwide. And finally, we can, of course, offer finance at very competitive rates, so if you would like to spread the cost of this purchase. We'll look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much for watching.